we need to talk about the Emiru situation because what has happened is absolutely unacceptable. And as a security professional, I feel like I have a little bit of insight that could be offered. So last night on YouTube, I had saw that Emiru, who I am a huge fan of and have been for a long time, was attacked at TwitchCon, which is absolutely unacceptable. If you saw the video, you see this guy who's like 6'2", 280, just some big guy walk up, grab her, and attempt to kiss her, which is just blatant SA right there. Just no doubts about it. That absolutely counts as an SA. And that's astonishing that the security wasn't able to get to her in time. Now, why do I have room to talk about this? Well, as many of you guys may know, I have been fighting in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu professionally for the last 8 years, as well as something many of you don't know is I'm also a security professional. I work in the security industry, and let me tell you, a lot of the people in the industry are definitely not the sharpest tools in the shed, but that doesn't mean that you can't get excellent security. So what is the solution? Now, I come to understand that Emiru's preferred bodyguard was not allowed to be at the venue. Really quick, before this video goes up, I had one more thought, which is the guard who had rescued her before and had stopped the assailant from getting to like close range to Emiru and putting hands on her was well within his rights under BSIS standards. He was protecting his client and doing a good job at it. The guy was aggressively trying to get to this person to touch them, put hands on her, and he said no and stopped him. And that is literally his job description. So the fact that they wouldn't allow him back at the venue or to be her personal security guard again, it has nothing to do with legalities, has nothing to do with the scope of work. He did everything correct. That is the company being afraid of a lawsuit and sacrificing their talent out of greed, pure greed. And that is an absolute bummer. However, I think that for the level of people that you're having at TwitchCon and events like this, these are not, like B-list celebrities. These are internationally famous celebrities with massive followings, probably bigger than most actors and movie stars from the past. So these people have a massive, massive following. And in that following, there's going to be a lot of weird people. On top of that, these are not, broke people either. They're very, very valuable. These are the type of clients who absolutely would qualify for an executive protection agency. So I don't understand why Twitch didn't hire a high-end security team like Gavin DeBecker and Associates or any of the other executive protection companies out there to be at the venue, right? If you are familiar with EP work, these guys are the black suits, earpiece, sunglasses. They look like Men in Black. Or you can have them, dressed in casual clothes. They conceal carry, right? They are licensed to use a baton, chemical agents, as well as a stun gun. Now, if you are hired by Twitch, right, I would expect, even if you won't let them have a stun gun, baton, chemical agents, or a firearm on them, at least you would have somebody there who is an ex-Navy SEAL, ex-military, ex-law enforcement, or someone like myself who is a ex-fighter. At least you have somebody with experience, real life experience that counts. And on top of that, they would be more comfortable handling a situation like this because they work with celebrities and people of this caliber all the time. This would not be an uncomfortable or a new situation to an executive protection agency. This is how the game goes. On top of that, the security team hired by the event, by TwitchCon, was nowhere in sight. Her personal security guard had to come up and shove the guy off, and I think he walked away scot-free and nothing happened to him. That's absolutely not okay. In the security industry, right, you are not allowed to intervene unless you see a crime be committed, right? Now, I can stop you from getting close to my client, right? I could get in between you two and be like, hey, you need to back off. But we just witnessed him literally perform an SA on this person, right? Or if not an SA, at minimum an assault. They are well within their rights to put him on the ground and make a citizen's arrest and wait for cops or police to show up and handle it from there, should she want to press charges. So I don't understand why her previous security guard was taking off the venue and not allowed to be there, considering he had saved her in the past. And yeah, it's just absolutely mind-boggling that Twitch would allow this to happen to one of their biggest streamers. And this is exactly why a lot of the other streamers didn't want to be at the event in the first place, because they know that they're, you know, high value targets that are most likely going to be attacked by some, you know, extremist following. You know, you got guys like Asmongold and Moist Critical, Tectone, Hassan Piker didn't even go to TwitchCon because either A, they knew they would have to, knew the risk was just extremely high for them, and B, they knew that the security detail for them wouldn't be, knew it was going to be a subpar security team. Now, Twitch, all you had to do was hire somebody who is reputable, like an EP firm, not a basic baseline security firm, right? Armed security at minimum. And if not armed, then the other stuff, right? But either way, that's completely mind-boggling to me that they would not hire actual professionals and people who do this for real, for real. And lastly, a message to Emiru. This is tragic that this keeps happening to you. And if you decided to stop streaming and being in the public space today, I don't think anybody would blame you. I think it's a real bummer that your fans are so weird. And even like watching the live streams and the clips that you post, it feels like a lot of your community is just constantly negging you and just being like borderline, you know, not abusive, but not nice for sure. And I don't think you deserve that. And that's absolutely upsetting. And then this random fan decides that he's going to try to come up and kiss you for virtually no reason. Just coming up out of the blue and doing that. It's disgusting. It's tragic. And I hope that when they do inevitably catch him, you decide to press charges to the fullest extent. You should apply to the Gavin and DeBecker and Associates for a security detail for executive protection. You are absolutely the demographic that needs to be looking into a high-end security, not basic. You need armed, concealed carry, executive protection level. And that goes to any Twitch streamer out there who is at that higher level, that top 1% of creators. Like, you guys need to understand that the baseline is not good enough for you. The level of celebrity that you guys are at requires high-end protection because the world is scary and weird people are going to try to do weird things. And that sucks. It is a brutal reality, but it is the reality. Twitch, you need to do better. This isn't a community that I'm involved in, but as a security professional, looking at the holes in your security is absolutely abominable. And you need to take it seriously because these are not low-end targets anymore. These are high-end, high-value targets. And people on the internet, unfortunately, will try to do things like this. And they will try to do it again. And they will try to do it worse. I would hire a extremely high-end brand like Gavin and DeBecker and Associates who does EP for diplomats, for actors, for, you know, federal three-letter agencies that will remain unnamed, right? These are guys are not messing around. They are the best of the best, okay? That is the level that your platform is at now. So not taking this seriously is feeding these people to the slaughter. It's just, that is what you are doing. You do not take them seriously. You do not care about your people if you are not doing this. And not only hire a high-end security detail, but also a red team security detail, somebody who can do penetration testing on, your clients, on your active assets, right? Because without these people, without the streamers, without the people that are making you money, you will not have anything. You need to take care of your people better. And don't forget, guys, next time we will definitely be going back to the usual music, blacksmithing, and jiu-jitsu content. But this is something I just couldn't let go unsaid. All right, so now that we've talked about all that, our next video is going to be a lot more fun. It's going to be involving something that I actually like to talk about on the channel, which is music and blacksmithing and jiu-jitsu. Those are the three pillars of this channel. So definitely will be going back to that shortly, guys. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace. Really quick, before this video goes up, I had one more thought, which is the guard who had rescued her before and had stopped the assailant from getting to like close range to Emiru and putting hands on her was well within his rights under BSIS standards. He was protecting his client and doing a good job at it. The guy was aggressively trying to get to this person to touch them, put hands on her, and he said no and stopped him. And that is literally his job description. So the fact that they wouldn't allow him back at the venue or to be her personal security guard again has nothing to do with legalities, has nothing to do with the scope of work. He did everything correct. That is the company being afraid of a lawsuit and sacrificing their talent out of greed, pure greed.